applications sent, rejections received, dreams put on hold. Now besides her stands another, armed not just with knowledge but with skill. Maybe she's coding an app, designing animation, or launching a small business. She does not wait for the doors to open, she builds her own. This is not just a story, this is India's reality, and this is why I stand firmly for the motion in favor of vocational and skill-based training as suggested by NEP. Let me ask you this. Do we really need another frame degree on the wall, or do we need skills that build the walls of our own empire? Winston Churchill once said, to each there comes in their lifetime a special moment when they are figuratively tapped on the shoulder and offered the chance to do something special. But tell me, what good is that moment if our youth, unarmed with skill, just stands there solving for X while life moves on without them? Do we want our young minds to be job seekers or job creators, thinkers or doers, dreamers or builders? For far too long, we have worshipped degrees while ignoring skills. We have created scholars without craftsmen, thinkers without builders, and graduates without jobs. And the result? An education system that produces aspirations, but not always abilities. Numbers speak louder than opinions, so let me give you some. India produces 15 lakh, that is 1.5 million engineers every year. But according to a 2023 employability report, only 48% of them are actually employable. And let's not forget the ironically unemployed MBA graduates sitting in interviews reciting Adam Smith's theories of capitalism while failing to capitalize on their own careers. This is where the NEP comes in. On July 29, 2020, India chose to rewrite its education system. The NEP focuses on vocational training, skill-based learning, and real-world application. It integrates coding from a young age, promotes internships and apprenticeships, and most importantly, it bridges the gap between learning and livelihood. Because an education system that does not prepare students for the real world is not education. It's just delayed unemployment. Let's take an example. Steve Jobs, college dropout, no degree, yet he revolutionized technology with Apple. How? Skill, innovation, execution. Companies today don't just ask, what have you studied? They ask, what can you do? Now my opponents might argue, but degree ensures credibility. Vocational education cannot replace traditional academics. To them, I say this is not about replacement. This is about evolution. Academia gives knowledge, but vocational training applies it. A surgeon must learn anatomy, but with hands-on training, would you let them operate on you? A pilot studies aerodynamics, but would you sit in their plane if they have never flown? They say actions speak louder than words, so let me show you where I stand. A degree. It looks like this at first. Neat, structured, full of promises. But in the real world, it's not the papers that builds careers, it's what you do with it. This is what vocational training does. It takes knowledge and shapes it into something real, something functional, something that takes flight. So let's not just hand out degrees. Let's hand out wings. Let's stop treating education like a waiting room. Let's make it a workshop, a laboratory, a launch pad, because knowledge is power, but skill is freedom. I rest my case. Thank you.
Very well spoken, Shmaila.
Thank you so much.
I just want to understand from you the difference between literacy and education.
See, according to some reports, literacy basically means any person who is able to write their name, so they'll consider them literate. Because in Kazakhstan right now, the literacy rate is what, 99.8%, but are all of them educated? Education basically means a person has the sense of how to function in a society, basic civic sense. So I think that is the basic difference.
Shmaila, still is important, but now we are being told that with the artificial intelligence, we shall have humanoid, we shall have robots who will have all these skills to do whatever we want them to do. So what humans need to do is to think in that situation.
I would say, first of all, there is absolutely no way that artificial intelligence, that is something created by the human mind, can exceed the human mind. Secondly, if this was to happen, that AI would replace human jobs, it would only replace the repetitive jobs. It can, and then, of course, it is going to create some new industries, so that will obviously create more job opportunities. And if human beings are skilled enough, they will always find a way to create it further. Thank you.
Just one second.
May I know what you want to become after your studies?
I am still figuring that out, but I was hoping that I could either become a writer or a psychiatrist.
So you are like, ultimately you're saying you are in the side of theory.
Yeah, but I'm also studying psychology. Psychology prioritizes practicals first.
Okay, so I'm taking, if you want to become a psychologist, take a clinical psychologist or something like that. So if you are having 2 years, to whom you will select? A teacher who will be teaching you psychology for 2 years, or the practitioner? Who would you select?
Select in what scenario?
Pursue your career in psychology.
To teach me.
Yeah.
I think that the teachers that I have, they have always kept a balanced approach between theories and practicals. So I never had to make that choice. So for me, it's my teacher.
Okay, good. So that is again you're going to the theory side.
No, but my teachers have always, taken the practicals along with it. They have encouraged us in all of this.
Because presently it's NEP 2020 going on.
Right, yeah, that is right.
Very well spoken. And though I have done with it, but I was nice to ask you one more. It's nothing to do with this debate.
Yeah, definitely.
That's over. You performed exceptionally well. I would like to know what, according to you, is the greatest success of a teacher?
I think that I have been really lucky enough to be blessed with great teachers. So I am majoring in literature and psychology, and somehow Bollywood and all of the Hollywood industries, they have shown that literature has some of the greatest professors. And so my teachers have always encouraged me to be more, and they are the ones who encouraged me to debate, and they have encouraged me to think freely and form my own thoughts. So I think that was the greatest thing that could have ever happened to me, and I credit it all to my teachers. So that is the biggest success.
Superb. I would like to take this opportunity to share a small story with you.
Yeah, sure.
Nothing to do with the debate, as again I have said. So ये सबके लिए है वैसे एक छोटा सा वाकया है. सन 2003 में मैं फौज में लेफ्टिनेंट था. तो मैं लाइन ऑफ कंट्रोल में पोस्टेड था. तो एक दिन क्या हुआ कि एक फायरिंग कंपटीशन था. हथियार को फायरिंग करते हैं, शीश लेते हैं. So मेरे साथ मेरे उस्ताद थे. Was competing against me. My teacher, my instructor was competing against me. I didn't know this. So सांबा में जम्मू के पास में हम फायरिंग रेंज पे आए, हथियार डाला, एम लिया. उसमें देखता हूँ कि कोई जाना पहचाना हुआ चेहरा, वो मुझे देखता है. कुछ पहचाने भी लगे. अरे साहब आप गले मिले एक दूसरे को. तो my instructor told me one thing. He was a हवलदार साहब. Now I become an officer. I was a lieutenant साहब. साहब मुझे बड़ी खुशी हुई देखे कि आप मेरे साथ कॉम्पिटिशन लड़ोगे. अली साहब हैं, तो आज तो जीत मेरी ही होने वाली है. He told this to me. So I said, yeah, he trained me. तब मैं अकेडमी में इतना अच्छा मार्क्समैन नहीं बना था. उसके बाद में मैं मार्क्समैन बना. साहब अब मैं वो कैडेट नहीं रह चुका, मैं ऑफिसर बन चुका हूँ. आप कैसे कह सकते हैं ये बात? So he tells me, साहब देखो, सिंपल सी बात है. मैं जीता तो मैं जीता, अगर आप जीते तो भी मैं ही जीता. थैंक यू. थैंक यू शुमाइरा.
Thank you so much.
थैंक यू शुमाइरा. हकीकत की तलाश में जो सवाल उठाए जाएं, वो ही तारीख में नए दास्तान बनाएं. A huge round of applause for our debaters who have shown us the true